Good morning, everyone.
Oh,
it is 8 o'clock on the start of a Thursday. Glad you're with us.
First
for
day of
Second
spring.
Cup. We have made it, right?
Yes.
Out of winter into the beginning of a brand new season, new life, rejuvenation. Like, there's so much to look forward to. Summer.
It's right around the corner, and I was taking a walk yesterday, and it was just so beautiful. And I was like, just taking everything in, listening to the birds, seeing little spring buds in the ground, and just like, okay, you know what? Everything's gonna be fine.
So I posted some spring finds on my Instagram. Find me there at Dranch TV. Some really beautiful, just very colorful flowers that are starting to bloom on our first day of spring. And I love to see it. It's one of those things that just kind of puts you in the right place.
Best mood. One of my favorite seasons.
I worry that they're going to all freeze when the weather changes.
Yeah,
and boy,
there's
it's
always
going to
that
change.
possibility.
We always have full spring, and then we have second winter, and then second spring, and then third winter. And the temperatures are definitely going to be tumbling today and into the weekend. But we're going to take what we can when we have it.
So we're going to talk about the weather in a second. We're going to talk about Taylor's date in a minute as well.
Everyone's asking about it.
But first, let's get to the meat and potatoes of the morning, because we've got Emily Monshine here from Gigi's Playhouse, a vital resource for the Down syndrome community. So glad you're with us this morning, bright and early. We love Emily because she's doing so much good in our community, and you're kind of like a mover and shaker in this community as well.
Yeah,
Emily.
we were talking about how much, when you come on the screen and we talk to you, how much we love to see you, because we know that what you do is so important in our community, and the services you're providing and the families that you're helping, you're really impacting them. And that's why we work with you so much and do so much with you. I mean, tomorrow is World Down Syndrome Awareness Day. Yeah. Big celebration. Talk about what that day means to you and what it's like to, be here with us on this morning.
It's kind of like every day is World Down Syndrome Awareness Day at Gigi's Playhouse, which is why I love my job. Learning about this population, having my son, and just being exposed to these individuals, something that I'm really grateful for every day. So I get to celebrate that every time I go to the Playhouse. And, now tomorrow, though, we really get to celebrate it, right?
Big party.
We have a really big party, and people with Down syndrome love music, and we have a DJ that comes out. He's so sweet. He volunteers his time every year. DJ Cue Ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
DJ Cue Ball.
And and they just, the dance floor is full, and the best dance moves in town.
Of course.
And we set up a little bar in our kitchen, and we have a drink special, the 321 drink special.
There you go.
321, though, a very important, I don't want, it's a number, right? Yeah. But it's also a very important distinction.
Yeah.
Talk about that number in particular, because it has something to do with the chromosomes and all the DNA that fill a person with Down syndrome's body.
Yeah. So we celebrate it on the 21st, the third month of the year, because it signifies the 21st chromosome, the 3 copies that people with Down syndrome have. Right. Most people have 2 21st chromosomes, but they have 21.
So, we hear that and we're like, okay, well, so what?
Yeah, I know. Right. Multiply that by like 1 billion times, or I don't even know. I'm not a scientist, but like trillions and billions. Right. And then that creates a very different, not very different, but, some really different things in the body. Mm-hmm. It has an impact on speech, and it has an impact on cognitive development, physical development. And I don't know. It's just some really uncanny similarities that I see across the population.
Really?
Yeah, just, like I notice during cold season, if they have a cold, they all have a similar line that they get on their lip.
Well, you're saying Paul was sick last time we saw each other.
Yes. Or I notice sometimes like a little point on the eyebrow, like really weird things that must be on the 21st chromosome that I kind of see. So a lot of times when I see people with Down syndrome, they remind me of my son, and it's like, endearing.
Feels like home.
Yeah.
Maybe difference. It's an interesting word, right? It's unique, right?
Yes.
Something to celebrate.
Yes.
Yeah, and when we were talking about it, and we've done a number of stories all week long, if you've been following along, just talking about different things that we want to highlight in the Down syndrome community, sharing the voices of people who have Down syndrome and sharing what it's like, right? And also just kind of shining a light on the experience. And tomorrow, this week, every day is about celebration of this community. But when we were talking, there you go.
Yes.
Get the signs out.
Here we go.
Celebrating.
Yep. We're giving these away at the Playhouse. You can come and get a free.
By Kenmore Avenue, right?
Kenmore Avenue, 326.
There you go.
It's not too late. And then we also have light bulbs, blue and yellow, that you can put in your porch.
Yes.
So we got the
They're
swag
in the
bags
bag.
here.
Boom.
We got these yesterday, and I told Emily this morning when she came in, I'm like, Emily, I didn't go through the swag
know
bag,
them
so I
yet.
hope there's a big surprise. She goes, oh, they're just light bulbs. But these are
Sorry.
cool. I mean, like, these are really important symbols, though, too. Blue
Yeah.
and yellow. Walk us through why these are two very important colors.
I don't really know.
Okay, but they're symbols nonetheless.
And
Yes, but blue and
for
yellow are
unity,
the colors.
right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I have to look that up. Why are the colors blue and yellow?
Let's do some Google searching.
Yeah,
The
that's a
second
good
cup
idea.
is blue and yellow. We're kind of all coming together. The
Interesting.
sabers are blue and yellow, and you're
Yes.
working with them as well.
Colors for Ukraine are blue and yellow.
Yes.
But I will also say that, like so many buildings, there's this list, Buffalo Lit, and if you can get on the list, they will make sure that like all the buildings are lit in those colors. So we're gonna have tons of buildings in Buffalo also lit in blue and yellow.
Jeanette, good morning to you. I want to get one for my lawn. I live nearby. Cindy says, this is important to Down syndrome children. It's sad to see them left out and are given a bad stigma.
I wanted to talk about that a little bit because when we were talking, I was asking you, are you optimistic for the future and where we are right now and the advancements that we made last year? The Down syndrome awareness bill was passed and we talked about that. But there is some concern, right, about that stigma and about the way that people talk about people who are different in our community.
I know. There's been an upkick too on some yucky words that describe people with intellectual disabilities, in particular the R word. Seeing it, I think they said there's like a 200% increase in the use of the word on social media. I might have the percent wrong, but there's just been of recent times.
Why do you think that is?
I think that when people use the R word, they're not. I give people a lot of grace, and I think they're not personally like thinking, I don't like Down syndrome and I'm going to use the R word. I think they're just they're angry and they're trying to think of a very mean thing to say. And they're not thinking, oh, I'm attacking somebody's child that they love and adore, So, but I think it's important for us to shine a light on that when you say the R word, you're literally like being horrible to people that don't deserve it. Oh my God. People with Down syndrome, like they work so hard to do what you and I do so easily. And it's like, and they triumph and they go out there, they put on a good face. How many people do you hear? I hear in my line of work that I don't know. I just love people with Down syndrome. They say they're just, they're fighters. They're tenacious. They have a good attitude. They're present. They're not judgmental. Like, how could you ever tear them down? And
I think that actually came out with your storytelling this week.
I was just going to say, we met Sydney this week.
Right.
And she was wonderful. She's a young adult with Down syndrome. She's 25 years old. And we were sitting there having a ball. First thing I see when I walk in, immediately she compliments me. We connect. We talk about how our birthdays are on the same time of year. It was just like any other conversation I'd have with another 25-year-old, a peer of mine.
And I loved how she was like, I want to have a boyfriend.
yeah,
And I was like, me too, girl.
Right, like exactly,
it's very funny.
Crystal says, my son has Beckwith Widerman, I don't want to. Widerman syndrome. It's a chromosome 11 disorder. April is BWS Awareness Day. Okay,
There we go.
interesting. And then somebody else had mentioned that they actually go to Gigi's.
It was up there,
before. Oh, Catherine. Emily, she says she's so thankful for
Catherine,
you.
yes. She's lovely.
Good.
She's
Allison
also my
too.
through Medicaid. She's my broker, so she helps with our budget. She's fat, and she's just a force in the community.
Crystal says the R word is a swear word in my home. Like,
Yeah.
right, like
Yes.
it's one of those like, okay, go put a quarter in the jar.
Yeah, but you hear it, right? You hear it.
And Peter says, I've heard the R word as a clinical used word. However, I don't like using it.
So in 2013 or 10, I could have this wrong. It was taken out of medical terminology, and I believe the federal government removed the use of the R word.
Wow.
Yeah. So
and that's just positive, right? Proof positive.
Yeah. But he does make a point that it was a medical term, until not too long ago. But I remember, growing up in the 80s, like it was very popular. The R word was very popular.
I wonder.
In a mean way.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
We were talking this morning about Isaiah and his family's story. And his family seems to be steadfast and determinate in how they are going to care for their child. And I think that obviously every parent is, right? They're protective. They want something special and big for their child. But they didn't get that at first. And when you brought that out and highlighted that in your reporting this morning, I was shocked to hear that some doctors were just kind of, very blasé about the care and said, you've got Down syndrome, and even though you've got this heart defect in the womb, there's really nothing that we can do. So we're just going to suggest palliative care and hope for the best.
And I think in speaking to them and learning from them, the one thing they said to me that really stuck out was, even if he has a shorter life, we would rather spend that time with him and make that life a good one.
Right.
And they were just so warm and touching. And before he was born, they had this connection to him, and they were willing to do anything for their child, and the doctors didn't match them with that. And it was just so tough to hear and so unimaginable, right? And I think to know that was happening and they had to go all the way to Boston to get the care that they need. I mean, when you first heard that story, what was your reaction?
I was horrified. I was shocked. There's non-discrimination, there's transplant discrimination legislation in New York State that has not passed yet. And I've not yet run into someone that I guess got such blatant discriminatory care. But I often wondered, why do we have this? Really, doctors are saying you can't have a kidney because you have Down syndrome, or you can't have a heart.
Why?
But apparently they are, because they're saying, medical providers can deem, according to this legislation that hasn't passed, but has passed in many other states, that Johnny's next on the list and he doesn't have Down syndrome and he's stronger, so we should give it to Johnny. I think that's the situation.
It's like a survival of the fittest kind of thing, like a Hunger Games of who's deserving.
Right. You deserve the kidney over him because he has Down syndrome.
Which is why that legislation is out there to sort of say, if this happens, you can be sued for it if it passes in your state. So I don't know.
But I wonder, Emily, when it comes down to services, first of all, this family had to go to Rochester, then also to Boston. What's missing here in Buffalo, Western New York, for children with disabilities, or frankly, services for those same children?
Yeah, I don't know why we have a cardiology department in Buffalo, but they refer to Rochester for surgeries. And I think they're sort of I don't know why it isn't here.
There's a disconnect. There's a disconnect there.
Right. You should be able to Buffalo is a big, great city.
Right.
You should be able to have a cardiology department that can handle, all of it.
Somewhere in New York State, you would think you'd be able to find care somewhere. And they said they love the doctors in Boston. They've had an incredible experience after the first experience that they had. And now he's doing well. He has another surgery planned for June. He's just the most adorable little baby. But to think about where he got his start and the fact that, other doctors had to almost take a chance on him after other doctors wouldn't.
Right. Or why not say hey, I don't think we're equipped to handle this, but I know of other places that are. Let's get you connected.
No, they suggested palliative care.
Right. But that's what was unbelievable.
In the meantime, you've provided this service. And that's kind of what I want to highlight here. Gigi's Playhouse has filled that gap for so many people in that while there might not necessarily be a service here, or the care that people need medically, the care physically and emotionally, socially, it's all in Kenmore.
We celebrate them. And it's genuine. We made this place for them. This is not our building. It is theirs.
Sure.
And when they come, the adults, they do what they do, and they grow and they develop in a very supported, caring environment. And I have to say too, the Gigi's Playhouse network, it's across the whole network. There's 61 playhouses, and you go to the national conference and it is
all smiles,
a party there. Those days are done. We're not sad. We're not feeling sorry. We are I love it, celebrating these people because they're amazing, and it's long overdue.
Tell us about your son too, because I feel like that's we know the impetus behind you forming Gigi's Playhouse here.
Yeah, my son, it's funny because he has autism as well, and he fits more the autism profile. So, when I learned about Down syndrome during my pregnancy, I did get to the point where I was excited. I had known certain people as an educator who had Down, and I was excited to have a child with Down syndrome. And as he developed, I was he's not really like that stereotypical person with Down syndrome, And when I got that diagnosis, but he almost opened up a pathway for me to people that I really want to spend time with and work with and devote my career to, And he's just, sometimes I tell people he has autism and, but it's not a thing to feel sorry about. He's such a neat combination of chill, kind, loving, intelligent, he's just the most unique person, but he's not that Down syndrome, people might say, bring him on a news story. And it's well, he's not like a Sydney, he's more, it's hard to understand what he's saying, and he's more internal. But gosh, he's shown me what the world of nonverbal is, like how there's beauty in silence and gestures, and there's so much that we blah 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 over, and there's this quiet population that gets through life and gets what they need somehow. They're just so amazing.
Wow, I love that. And you have found the beauty in the silence, and you have found the beauty in parenthood in a different way.
And so many doors have been opened to you, I think, through him, right? I mean,
so many.
There's probably your life before Gigi's and your life now, and you've met so many people and you've expanded. Felice said, I've always wanted to come into Gigi's Playhouse when we would drive by, and you can, right?
Yes.
There's a big party,
Yes.
and this is probably the perfect time to come by
Yes.
and see you guys.
Yeah, 321 is a great night to stop out. We do get a lot of new faces.
Oh, I think that's so awesome.
Tell us about the party.
Party is 6 to 8:30. We will have adult beverages, kid beverages. It's for all the ages. We'll have the DJ, as I said. We'll have free food. We have like a little ceremony. Congressman Kennedy is coming out. He's presenting some awards to the community. But it's laid back. There'll be toys there for the little ones too, because I know parents are always like, what do I do with my 4-year-old? It's totally a family. Gigi's is for everybody, birth through adulthood. So
Felice is actually asking, do we need an appointment to come by and see you?
No, you know what? It's always helpful. So if you go to gigisplayhouse.org/Buffalo, there is, you can reach out via email. There's a phone number, either of those ways. And we're super responsive, and it just helps with planning, because sometimes we're out in the community and we're not at the Playhouse. So just so that you don't show up and it's off hours.
And just a reminder, the party is tomorrow, March 21st,
21.
because obviously that's symbolic day. Cost here associated with it?
Well, it's free to the public.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go.
And that's the whole deal. The programming that you guys do is free.
Yes.
What you guys are doing is free. And that's why it's so important to support what Gigi's does. So we're doing a Give 7 campaign all week this week. If you go to our website, it's right there on the homepage. If you give, just $7 goes a long way. We have 147 people watching right now. If each of you gave $7, we'll do the math. And that would just go such a long way. The programming you do. You guys do one-on-one learning. You guys do karaoke nights. You guys do cooking classes. $1,000, $1,029 is what it would be if everyone here gave just $7, which is huge. So if you have it, if you can, even if it's just $1, you can just text Give 7 to 50155, or you can scan the QR code that's there, or you can go to WKBW.com. You can do any of those things, and it goes a long way, because everything that you guys do at Gigi's is free, which is so awesome.
Sarah says, I love the beauty of silence saying. That was such a peaceful and heartwarming perspective. I agree 100%. And you're capable of that. You're really good, Emily, at putting things into perspective and really making us understand, helping us understand why this is such an important cause, but also that there's promise and possibility for this community.
Yeah, they definitely are all here, just like you and me, with purposes and missions and goals and dreams. And yeah, well, and I thank you guys for the light you shine, and you celebrate right alongside me.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, Channel 7, what would we do without you?
Oh, say it louder, Emily. Our boss is in the back over there.
And then Emily's shirt too. I want people to read it. Be accepting, be generous, be kind.
Oh, if we only just did those 3 things.
Those words, right? That's what we need to hear
That's all
today.
you got to do.
Generous.
Be generous, be accepting, be kind.
That's it. Simple. Cost you nothing.
Be good, do good.
God bless, go Bills.
There's another one.
Emily Monshine from Gigi's Treehouse.
Playhouse.
I love Treehouse.
Me too. You know what? Can I tell you something? It is almost Friday. And after
it's
a
early.
long week, baby girl, we got to
It
get
gets
through
tough.
somehow.
We do. I hear you.
Gigi's Playhouse is in Kenmore. Emily Monshine is the executive director. She's amazing. Go check them out. We've got a link in the comments here. And tomorrow, World Down Syndrome Day, 321.
Big party.
We'll be
What
celebrating.
time?
6 to 8.
6 to 8.
Thank you, Emily.
Yes, thank
we
you,
appreciate
guys.
having
Thank you for
you.
being here.
Thank you. Love you both.
It is one of those days where we always are cognizant of people in our community who don't necessarily get the recognition or the attention that they should.
Yeah.
And this is one of those opportunities to
Giving
really
them a
celebrate.
voice.
Yeah, and you're right, give them a voice when perhaps others aren't. So we appreciate having Emily here. And, these chairs.
You can't lift the chairs up.
I've got to
You have to get up in order to do it.
It's Louise.
It's the worst.
Do you know what it is? I've gained a little bit of weight over the last
Ed,
couple of months.
please, you guys, I've been trying to tell him he's wrong.
Thank you, Emily. We appreciate
Emily,
you.
love you guys.
Love you.
Okay, so should we talk about Shake Shack coming to Angola?
Shake Shack, Panda Express. There's also going to be a Chick-fil-A, or there is a Chick-fil-A and a Starbucks and an Auntie Anne's and a Cinnabon in there. But the new ones that like we don't have in our community would be the Panda Express and the Shake Shack.
Yeah. Before we move on, I just want to point out briefly, Gigi's need volunteers, not just for Friday's party, but all year long. So if you're interested in volunteering at Gigi's, please make sure you reach out. Again, Johnny with a body in the back, he put a link in the comments here. So Gigi's Playhouse, I believe, .com/Buffalo is where you want to be, or .org.
Down.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Go to this website, volunteer, great organization to be part of. We love Gigi's.
Oh, is she still
$7 goes a long way.
Okay. I wish we could get in and out.
Like have you had In-N-Out, California?
I think I was there once.
It's pretty good. I like Shake Shack. I don't know if I'm gonna drive all the way to Angola to get Shake Shack.
Right.
It's a little overpriced to me.
Ooh, she's saying it's too much.
It's a little expensive. And like, look, if it was the best burger in the world, I'd pay $1,000.
Okay.
I'd pay, a good $50. But it's not the best burger in the world. That's okay, but it's expensive.
Kim says, I live in Angola. I'm checking the Shake Shack out.
Get there, girl. Tell us what it's like.
Jack in the Box is amazing too, says Crystal.
Never had that.
There is a Shake Shack in the Syracuse area. I think that's the closest one.
Yeah.
I've never been.
It's okay. I mean, like the shakes are good, the fries are good, but it just, to me, when I look at the bill and then when I think about the meal that I had, they don't really even out. I'm like, if I pay that much money, I want to be like, that was an incredible meal.
But it's not just Shake Shack, it's Panda Express too, which a lot of people love.
Which I don't know why. Not that I don't know why. I don't feel the same way about Panda Express. I don't know anything about Panda Express. I've been once when I went to go visit my family in Oklahoma as a kid.
Oh my God.
I know. I was in Tulsa and we had Panda Express because they loved Panda Express. But I was like 12, so I don't really remember.
Chain Chinese food.
Yeah, but people say the orange chicken is like the best thing ever.
It's so funny how people have these things. And like Western New Yorkers, for better or for worse, love something new.
I know.
So I remember when Popeyes first opened on Elmwood Avenue, line down the street.
Really?
Yeah, literally, I was coming from Kenmore to get to work at Channel 4.
Popeyes here?
No.
Oh my gosh.
So people were lined up for a long stretch down Elmwood to get into Popeyes, and it was insane to me. Like, it's fried chicken. Same thing with Chick-fil-A. I mean, people
really. I mean, to this day, if you are at the one, what is it? Is it on Walden?
Yeah, down by the mall.
Yeah.
Down by the mall. The mall.
The mall. That one, there's always a line
Always.
around the corner. People go crazy for these restaurants. Felice, I'm right there with you. I don't know what the big deal is about Panda Express. Is there anyone here this morning who has had Panda Express and can vouch for it? Because I just don't understand.
Connie says, I've never been to any of those places. Linda says, I see Angola China Kitchen is back. Well, there you go. Shop local.
See, people were driving. Some guy drove from Lockport to Angola just to have Shake Shack.
Wow. Popeye stinks.
Okay, Ryan, period. Tell me how you really feel,
He's
buddy.
really weighing in here. Look, it's important to share voices on all sides here.
Yeah.
Taylor, wait a little while. Shake Shack will be on Niagara Falls Boulevard.
Yeah, and that's closer to me, and I guess I'll get it. I don't know. Someone said earlier they like Five Guys. I guess I'm more of a Five Guys person. Five Guys also a little expensive. I don't know, because Shake Shack is like those smash burgers, and I find like when the burgers are like thinner, they're a little like, I don't know, they feel like greasier. I feel like I'm getting less food. I don't know. I'm being picky, and I'm picky about most things, but Shake Shack is like, it's pretty good. If someone's like, we're going to Shake Shack, I wouldn't be mad, but am I driving out of my way to go to Shake Shack? I don't know.
Are you only getting burgers there, or do you get anything else?
You can get other stuff there.
What
Pull up
the
the
menu
menu.
is.
And I believe the menu at the one at the rest stop, a little more expensive.
Well, everything's going to be more expensive, right? I mean, you're literally paying for the convenience of those
Exactly.
places.
And you're driving, okay, free.
Free
Something on the
avocado
website says
bacon
free.
burger. Oh, it's like you've got there's a catch, of
Okay.
course.
Yeah, but you just have to use a code.
Yeah. Black truffle burger. Ooh. Angus beef topped with Gruyere cheese. Okay.
Black truffle shroom. Vegetarian. They do have vegetarian options, so that's
Ooh, the
good.
avocado bacon burger sounds really good, though. It's
I think
Angus
that's the
beef,
one that you
American
can get
cheese
the
for free.
discount on, yeah.
The Shack Burger, rather. Let's see. What is this?
I'll tell you what, you will be hungry.
I know. Ooh, the Smoke Shack. Do you know what I love? I love a burger, just a regular burger. It's just like McDonald's, though. Why would you want that? Oh, they have a grilled cheese.
You love a burger what?
Okay, so this is me. I love a burger. Oh, this is my question here. Can you get, like, what kind of shakes do they have?
Thai iced tea shake. Share your
sounds
screen.
great.
Share your screen. Let the people see.
Okay, sorry. I know, I should have done that from the start here.
Kathy says, can we have a field trip to the Angola service area?
Seriously,
Cuppies
let's all
take
go
over
together.
Angola. They're going to be like, what is happening here?
Okay, bring me in, John. Oh, I forgot about Aaron. Oh, crap. Okay, are we in here? Am I in? Yes, okay, so let's take a look here. Thai iced tea shake.
Cherry blossom shake. Okay,
That
that's cool.
sounds
That's
really good,
seasonal.
actually.
I'm not into the idea that
vanilla
that's going to
shake?
taste like a body wash.
What, this?
Yeah, ew.
No.
That's going to taste like a body. Brownie butter hot cocoa shake, though, is speaking to me.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds good. Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, your basics. Cool.
Love it. Cookies and cream, black and white.
Very good.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Oh,
Ooh,
floats. Tropical kiwi.
Okay, these are interesting.
50-50 lemonade.
I mean,
Draft
bottom
really
line
good.
here, you can get something really
Go
interesting.
back
and
to the
unique.
chicken. They also have hot dogs. Go on.
Oh.
They got dogs.
They got a dog.
Dog at the mall.
Vienna beef from Chicago. Like, how about we serve some
Chicago.
Salins?
Okay, and then go back up to the chicken. What is it? Their chicken offerings. Avocado bacon
That sounds
chicken, chicken shack, chicken bites.
I gotta be honest with you, I'm also looking at the calories here, and they're not that
They're
bad.
really not that bad.
No.
Maybe that's why I'm hungry after I leave Shake Shack. That's why I'm mad. I'm paying so much money and I'm still hungry.
Bottom line here, cherry blossom, yum. Yeah, I'm totally. See, I think a lot of people are interested in that.
I don't even like strawberry shake.
Okay, last 4 minutes here. I feel like we should dig into the elephant in the room here. Taylor was supposed to go on a date last night. Tell us all about it.
Well, you guys, I'm so disappointed to say it didn't happen. He canceled. And normally you'd be like, oh, okay, fine. You know, he had something come up, totally normal. But this is the second time he canceled.
And not only did he cancel, he sent this message that was like, can't meet you tonight. I've got something else going on.
Hope you're okay with me rescheduling.
No, we are not okay, sir.
Don't know.
What happened? Everyone wants to know. So I know we were all excited for this date. And then,
Thanks, guys.
yeah, what a fool. I know. And if you're watching, sir, we're not sorry for blowing up your spot.
I hope you're not watching.
His lot says T. Lynn Marie.
Thank you, guys.
We scare him away. I don't know. Aaron to the curb.
Can you imagine? He watched Second Cup and he's like, I got to find a way to cancel. She's talking about me on Facebook Live.
Yeah, the nerve of him.
Felice wants his number.
Seriously, is this guy clueless? Heather, he is not wasted. Thank you. Booze, man. Sounds like a loser.
You guys are making me feel so much better.
Okay, but like, are you going to go back out with him if he asks you to go back out?
Kim says there are better fish in the sea, but I'm here to tell you, Kim, there are not. There certainly are not.
What are you going to do? Do you think he's going to even reach out to you again?
I was a little like deflated by it. My feelings on her, I'm not taking it personally. Like, it's totally fine. Things come up for sure. And he had an explanation. He had something that came up and it was at 6:30 and he didn't want to bleed over and be late. We just had to reschedule. The thing is, he didn't say, okay, let's go on this date. Like, he said, let's reschedule, but didn't give me like a date. You know what I mean?
Very open-ended.
If he gave me like a date or something, I would have been like, okay, you know, that would have been cool or whatever. But it's up to him now. The ball's in his court. I was like, gotcha, just let me know. You know, I was a little bummed out by it, but like, I'm not going to say, you know, tell a guy what to do at his time.
How about Felice trying to hook you up?
We have a tenant. You left him. He works and he's fine. He's fine, Felice.
His name is
He's
Prince.
so nice. Okay.
But I bet he's a king.
Prince died on my birthday, the singer.
Oh my God. Kim says you'll meet somebody when you least expect it. I'll tell you, that's what happened for us.
Mm-hmm.
Did not expect to meet him. Do you want me to set you up? Oh my God, yes! Yes, Felice!
Please send pictures first. Send pictures.
Oh, yeah, send pictures.
Send pictures. You have Ed's number. Everyone has. Let's blow
Yeah,
up his
send me
IMs.
the pictures.
Gosh, people are like, let's blow up his IMs. What's his name? I won't. You guys, we might still go out. So here's how I'm feeling about it. It's totally up to him. Ball's in his court. Hopefully we can get something else on the calendar because honestly, I've been on a couple of bad dates. I do think he's a nice guy. We should be able to get there. And he also knows some people I know from college. I'm honestly just interested. At the end of the day, maybe we can be friends. I'm still going to go out with him because, again, like the odds that I get another date in the next couple of weeks are very slim.
Oh, stop
I have
that.
not gotten many lately. So
Do you know what? Don't sell yourself short, because here's the thing. You are a catch.
thank you,
If
Ed.
I am rating catches on a scale of 1 to 10, you are an 11.
Thank you, Ed. I mean, you guys are gassing me up to like a really bad extent. Like I'm gonna start going onto Hinge profiles being like,
I'm an 11.
the
Drench
Cuppies
told
told
me.
Drench told me I'm 11. The Cuppies have my back. Don't you dare cross me because I got 193 people watching who will.
I love it. So funny. Thanks for being with us on a
You
Thursday.
guys.
We'll see you tomorrow.